Elon Musk has revealed that the Twitter deal is at the risk of being cancelled. The problem is very serious, and it's related to the platform lying about how many users are registered there. So, as a result, of course, Elon Musk won't buy Twitter if the numbers about Twitter users are wrong. Now, if somehow this deal will happen, the price of the platform will be completely different for various shocking information that has been revealed. Right now, it's a complete mess. So let's explain everything. First, according to a tweet Musk put out, Twitter deal temporary on hold, pending details supporting calculation that spam, fake accounts do indeed represent less than 5% of users. Before the deal was in place, in its first quarter, Twitter was boasting that it had around 229 million users on its platform, which is an impressive number to be sure, but Musk has made no odds about his desires to wipe out the bots on the platform, and if even 10% of that 229 million are bot accounts, it could change everything. So what's the issue? Spam accounts are annoying, but why does it warrant Musk walking away from a $44 billion deal and risking a $1 billion breakaway fee? The truth is that bot accounts are more than just irritating in this case. For the most cynically minded, the first problem with Twitter having a significant amount of its user base be bots is that those robots aren't going to be buying anything. Less human users means less people to advertise to. Less advertisement opportunities means less companies willing to pay Twitter to advertise there. Less companies willing to pay Twitter to advertise there means less money Twitter rakes in. This is the first reason that it could be an issue. Twitter could be lying about how much it's worth to potential buyers, including Musk, by artificially inflating the numbers of accounts on its platform. However, those who have been following this acquisition from the beginning will know that Musk has been very public about his plan of creating the subscription model wherein the users pay a subscription fee, but in return, the site doesn't need to run advertisements or harvest data to make its money. With that being said, Twitter having more bot accounts than it said could also be a problem there too, depending on what the number actually is. After all, it is expected that if Musk makes Twitter a paid service, suddenly a certain percentage of its user base will just jump platforms. If a significant number of those accounts weren't real to begin with, that could make the transition even more daunting. Another reason as to why Musk wouldn't want to buy Twitter if a large amount of their user base are bots is because he simply wouldn't want to buy a dying platform. Just like you wouldn't want to buy a house if it looked good on the outside, but the walls were decaying with mold on the inside. Social media platforms have a tendency to follow the pattern of arising, gaining explosive popularity, then dying off, either rapidly or gradually. Shout out to those who remember MySpace, Stickam, or even Vine at this point. Similar social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and indeed Twitter have been able to endure, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are too big to fail. Some have already referred to Twitter as a dying platform, and nothing would prove that more than a significant amount of its user base not being real human beings. In that case, why should Musk buy it? There is no doubt that he can take the money and build his own social media platform instead. The third reason as to why Musk may have to put a hold onto the deal, and done so publicly, is that he's using this to negotiate a lower price from Twitter. You see, Twitter stock has been dropping ever since Musk dropped the news of the acquisition being on hold. The news caused a 15% drop in Twitter shares to about $38.21 per share. Some, like Forbes, have hypothesized that this is because those who own shares in Twitter are getting ready to jump ship if Musk does. According to Dan Ives, who works as an analyst at Wedbush Securities, which is a US financial services firm, the implications of this tweet will send this Twitter circus show into a Friday the 13th horror show, as now the street will view this deal as 1. Likely falling apart, 2. Musk negotiating for a lower deal price, or 3. Musk simply walking away from the deal with a $1 billion breakup fee. Ives is correct in one thing for sure. The original deal Musk made valued Twitter's stock at around $53.20 per share, which means that considering the price of shares have now dropped so much, this gives Musk the perfect leverage to negotiate a lower fee for Twitter. Twitter famously had trouble finding another buyer in the time between Musk making his original offer and Twitter eventually deciding to take it. So such a tweet, whether slyly crafted or just a happy accident, puts Twitter over a barrel if Musk decides he wants to offer a lower price. In that case, it wouldn't matter whether the amount of bot accounts on Twitter are 5% or 50%, the tweet has done its job. When the news has dropped that the deal is on hold at this point in time, despite the doomsayers all claiming that this is the end, Musk added onto his original tweet that he is still committed to acquisition. So we can only estimate where things will go and what Musk's motives are for tweeting this out. Was he trying to create leverage for a lower price, or did he tweet it for the principle of transparency with his followers? If Twitter has more than 5% bot accounts, what then? Once we know what percentage of Twitter's users are fake accounts, we'll be able to see how the deal progresses, if at all. That's it. Don't forget to subscribe.